All right, so I think one of the important things when it comes to shooting the ball is thinking about positions that we want to be in and movements that we want to have. So with our form shooting series, I like to think about this position. I like to call position 3. Different coaches will have different terms for it, but this position here in my pocket with my hips back, 2 for 2. I like to call that position 3. Kind of like you're shooting 3, 2, 1. So if I'm down in position 3, hips back, right, ball in my pocket, and I start to bring the basketball up, that transition up, 3 for 3. I like to call that 2. All right, so the movement we have a name for. Some you want to name a position, that's cool too. But I like to say once we start to transition the ball from 3 up into our 4 for 4 set point, let's call that 2. All right, so when the ball starts moving, we call that 2. And then the finish of the shot, I like to call 1, right? So, and 1 is kind of the movement too. So 1 is this part right here, our finish or our follow through. So in my mind, as I'm shooting, I'm thinking 3, 2, 1, 5 for 5. Let's try it again. From here, kind of like shooting at the buzzer. 3, 2, 1, 5 for 6. And I think that's, makes it easy for us to be able to think about our shot in pieces. Position 3, movement 2, finishing at 1, 6 for 7 as I'm shooting the ball. 3, 2, 1, 7 for 8. Hips back, chest up. 3, 2, 1, 8 for 9. And I'm trying to hold elbow above the eyebrow on the follow through. And my guide hand, keeping that up, 9 for 10. A lot of players will pull that guide hand down, but I think for good practice, we can hold that guide hand up with our shot. And that's gonna help us. 10 for 11. 11 for 12, holding this position. So like if I hold my guide hand up, watch the finish here. This position, like if I could tap the top of my wrist or the top of my forearm, I think that's a good habit to build as far as shooting through the ball. 13 for 14. And not necessarily, I'm shooting my shooting hand is shooting through my guide hand. I'm not using my guide hand to shoot the basketball. Sure, there's great shooters that shoot a variety of different ways, and some have a little bit of that push, minimal. I've never seen a really good player have a big push with their guide hand. There's been some that have like a minimal push and they can still do it. Just like anything else, just takes practice, right? You don't have to have some textbook perfect shot, 14 for 15. To become a great shooter. 15 for 16, but you want to make your shot easily repeatable. That's going to help you. And so as a shooting coach, we're just trying to simplify things is all. 16 for 17. Certainly I'm not saying this way is the only way. 17 for 18. But if it's easily repeatable, easy to understand, I think we're more likely to be successful. Ooh, that's short. I knew it. 17 for 19. Felt that slip as soon as it started to come off my hand. 17 for 19. Oh, 17 for 20. Oh, that was ugly. Can't ever. One, I hate missing 2 shots in a row. Rarely does that happen for me, so that's a bad taste in my mouth. There we go. Finish on a make. So 18 for 21, 17 for 20. Not one of my better days, but I like to just think about that as far as position 3, coming up to 2, and then once we get to 1, Boom. We're letting that thing go. Try it out. Hope it helps.